It's crazy.
Do you think it's right to buy gold and silver?
If anybody should
I don't think it's right or wrong. If you want to do it, you can.
Yeah.
Well, why? Like to hoard it away so that you can.
Or how much should you own?
But I just can't do it. It'll never ever happen.
Buy a house in Console, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, rent it out.
Yeah, you get.
Well, and then I got to be a landlord, which means if something gets
get
crazy,
someone to manage it for you. That's what I did.
No, what I mean is like then, I don't like the idea of going into debt, especially to a bank. I don't like the idea at all.
Love it.
You would like to be into debt to something as like a personal person rather than a bank?
Yeah, like a friend that I trust and they trust me.
Okay.
Like,
Why is that?
like for example, I'd rather take 50 grand from you than 50 grand from Royal Bank.
Why?
Because I can see you, I can shake your hand, I can kill you if I need to.
Oh my word!
But you can't do that with a bank. Right?
Oh, you can try.
No,
I'll
but
kill you first. But
They are
that's right.
They are horrible people.
yeah,
They're horrible institutions.
Yeah,
They're
that's
horrible
right. Like the
institutions.
institution is cold. It doesn't feel.
They
it
print
doesn't
money
care.
too. They make so much money.
What
You
about
best
interest?
own.
Should
You should be buying bank stocks.
Back to that, I don't.
should you
anyway.
charge interest to a friend that
No,
loans you
I
money?
don't think so.
No?
In fact, Fiona and I have a personal policy. If we lend out money, we write it off. If
Well,
you get
that's
it, ba-
healthy.
If you get it back, you get it back.
Bonus.
If you don't,
Yeah.
then
You just
write
give
it
the
off.
The
money
Bible
away.
says that verbatim, doesn't it? Like
I don't know.
when you loan to someone, don't expect it back or something?
I don't know.
Well, because the Lord knows our hearts and knows how we get when someone owes us money, and it's not good.
No, and not only that, like it's. I also took it on because it's the complete opposite of drug dealing, right? Like when I was drug dealing, I was making sure you owe me money, you owe me money. So as a Christian, I'm just like, I'll give you money, but.
So you figure, hey, rather than lend it out with no interest,
Although
you buy gold and
publicly,
silver.
now that I've said it,
I'm not lending
that's
money
not
out
official.
to anybody.
That's not
I'm
official.
not giving money to anybody.
Yeah.
Really, a good way to ruin friendships is to lend each other money. That's
Really?
the best way to ruin a friendship.
Nah.
Yes, Matt.
Yeah, only if you're petty.
Well,
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because as much as you say that, most human beings are fully incapable of not expecting something back.
Okay, well,
Literally-
don't lend money. Don't take money from or lend money to someone who is grubby about it.
so
That's
no,
probably
that's
the better
for people.
advice.
That's for
Sorry?
people. No, that's for four people.
No, it's. I wouldn't even say that. I just
Oh,
think
that's
that
brutal, Kyle.
well, it's pretty savage. I don't think it's fair either because
No,
there's
I
some
don't
very,
think
very
so.
generous
Some of the
people that just
kindest
don't-
people I've ever met are the reform guys.
Yeah,
I'm just poking at that. They like.
they love their money. Yeah, yeah, they do. Well, that's where I was going with it because I'm still working my way through the book, right? The Randy Alcorn book, and it's changed my perspective even on that. And I think if you look at like, there's obviously texts about storing up well or about being prudent. There's lots of texts that would say, be prudent. There's texts about giving inheritance to your grandchildren in Proverbs. But on the flip side, it's like, hey, don't store up your treasures on earth where, thieves break in and steal. And I'm thinking like, how much gold and silver do you need? Like, is it wise to have like, could it be used better for the kingdom? I mean, that's what I'm wrestling with. I'm not.
I don't think it can be
challenging
used better now, but it probably will. I mean, honestly, back to what we were talking about in the truck. Like, I don't expect this fiat system that we're. I mean, I'm not even like a huge finance guy. I'm just looking at trends. It's not
the
even
amount of money borrowed, the
oh
deficit.
my goodness! It's like the world debt is. You're talking. I think it's hundreds of trillions of dollars.
Well, it would definitely be hundreds of trillions. The U.S. alone has 39,
40
40
trillion.
trillion
Whatever.
in
Right?
one country.
It's
It's
a staggering amount of money.
And so that.
It's
So
gonna
the
go-
question is that why silver and gold? For those that don't, there's probably lots of people that do not follow these things. Silver and gold always go through cycles. They go through natural cycles.
Yeah, but now-
right now, if you look at the lifetime, even on the lifetime trend, they are parabolic. They are like literally like a growth stock, like
Yes, but it's
NVIDIA.
not. It's deceptive. So precious metals don't really. Well, now they are, but they don't really increase in value. They keep value. So what you're
Bingo, bingo.
That's right. So
Bingo.
so what you're although
with,
we're saying
with inflation,
Yeah.
Nobody
that's-
understands that.
Right.
If you the best
so
thing
your
I see-
dollar is plummeting in value.
Not
It's
even that.
worthless,
The stock
right?
market, most people would say, is the most expensive it's ever been.
Yeah.
But the stock market today, based on gold and silver price,
It's just
gold price,
comparable.
no,
Yeah.
it's down 40% from the
Oh,
from
really?
the peak, from the .com bubble from 25 years ago.
Wow.
I had to
So-
fact check that. I could not believe it.
So I just read.
That's wild. That's
That
terrifying.
just means that all the crap that you're working for every day, that hard-earned paycheck that you get,
Yeah.
it's just criminal how worthless that money, how useless that money is.
I just read something a little while ago. There was a journal from a prospector and from like 1890 or whenever the gold rush happened, right? And he was talking about what you could buy with like,
An ounce of gold.
quarter ounce of gold or something like that. And it's not much different to what you can buy with it now. So the value of gold looks like it's, well, what? Almost 7,000 Canadian an ounce right now. But what you can buy with $7,000, what can you buy with $7,000, right? Compared to like when it was worth $102
Our
an ounce.
schools today do not teach economics properly. Like kids
I don't
need
think
to
they have-
understand. Sorry?
What teachers know how to teach it? Right? Like
Well, the teachers are getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
And the teachers would probably still say, oh, housing's got really unaffordable here. It's really expensive. No, it hasn't.
your dollar's
Your
worth
dollar's
nothing.
worth nothing. You're
right.
getting paid in the Canadian peso.
Yeah.
And in the US too. Like
Yeah.
the US dollar is actually even
Yeah, I
worse,
know.
I think.
Anyway, back to what we were saying in the truck. Like it
What were you
can't-
saying in the truck?
We both just had a kumbaya
we
moment
were
where we
there.
really resonated
It's
owning
just
our
like,
precious
well,
metals.
brothers.
Well, no, it was just this
Me
like,
and all the listeners are like, what did you guys talk about in the
So
truck?
basically, we just both agreed. So anyway,
Could
somebody
This is why it's good to have a camera rolling, because you don't know
no
what.
silver, like like gold's out of price range. So but the market for it, we were saying, is just reflecting this kind of the volatility in the global economy. Because it looks like it's just all going to deflate and go to nothing. That's what we were saying.
what's going to nothing? What's going to go to nothing?
The global economy. It looks to me like fiat currencies are essentially worthless. And I mean, it's obviously not time to, or I don't know. I don't think panic is a good idea, but it's crazy. It's crazy the faith we have in literally fresh air, right? Like it's
So, and I think that's all okay. If I think it is, because that's always how it's been, right?
I'm not
Like,
passionate about it. I just think it looks to me
sorry,
like
did
it's
you just
wild.
say you're not passionate
That's
about it?
a lot of passion.
No,
over
that's
there.
the most
No, no,
passion you've had the whole podcast.
No,
Anyways,
no.
the
Kidney stone moved, that's all. It just caused me a little bit of
no, it is really important in the sense of, I guess, just to be good stewards, we would just need, I mean, I don't think you want to spend too much time worrying about it, but you wouldn't want to be naive to think that, like, and there's lots of people that are listening to this that do have a lot of money saved up. It is fairly concerning to think of what's happening to your dollars while they're sitting in the bank. Like, I know a lot of young people that have money saved up.
You're losing 10% a year.
Prudently, because that's how I was brought up. In the 80s, it made sense. In the 70s, 80s, even though there was inflation then, there was this corrective action. We had a government in the late 90s, that did hard things. I don't think we have the political will, and I don't think people are intelligent enough. It goes back to my comment about school. Nobody is teaching kids proper monetary policy to children and economic principles.
No, I agree.
They're teaching them ideas and
Yeah.
abstract thinking and concepts in math and English and all these things of how to do
If they're teaching them that.
well, they are. I mean, at our school for sure they are,
Yeah.
and I think at solid schools they are. But most people are just taught, get an education, go collect a check.
and then go into college, get another education.
Well,
Right,
yeah,
right.
get an education,
Yeah.
get a degree, and then somebody will pay you X amount, and then you'll demand this amount because you need this amount to
Yeah.
live. And at some point,
That,
it's going to break.
yeah.
Like at
Well,
some
I think
point,
now, I think that world's gone.
New World Order, as Mark Carney says.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
I know you like him. Going back to the...
I love him. I do love him.
You pray for him?
Yeah. Not enough, but I do.
Going to the accounting thing about not lending interest, I found the verse, Luke 6, 34, 35. And if you lend to those from whom you expect repayment, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners, except to be repaid in full. But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, because he is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. He's kind to me, and I'm ungrateful and wicked a lot of times, so...
yeah, well,
That's the example.
I'm going to
Christ.
quit lending out money because I'm sure not doing it without getting interest. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, anyway, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
That's why I'm afraid of real estate.
But
I'm frightened to death of it.
You're afraid of everything, man.
Not true.
Look at the water at Cultus.
Hey guys, if you enjoy that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, putting the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.